This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Okay, team. So yesterday we discussed how to write the JCL, and I shared the video also with you. Okay. I hope everyone got the video. It is I uploaded in YouTube channel, so you will get the video today as well as from tomorrow onwards. So tomorrow we have a session for your information. Sunday we don't have any session. Okay, so note the point. If any changes are there in my schedule for tomorrow, I'll update you over email. Otherwise, we have a session tomorrow. Okay, so now we'll see how to create a sequential file. Okay, sequential file to JCL. So if I want to write a JCL, I should have PDS. As I said, I should have the PDS and I should have the member. Okay, I should have the member. So how to create a sequential file through JCL? First, we should have the PDS. In that, member should be there. So let me connect to the mainframe server. Yeah. So log on. Venkat B. I'm entering the password. So type ISPF. Right. Okay, so V8, this is a file. Yesterday I created this partition data set. I created a partition data set. Now I will open this PDS. Okay, and I will open the member. So I'll write another member from the scratch. So first you should create a PDS, then create a one member. As always, the member name is as per the rules of mainframe. You can create the member. So I'll say PS CRT1 reset type calls. Yeah, so first you need to do caps on, very important. Okay, so after creating a member, first time you're doing right, caps on, so that whatever you enter the data, it can be lowercase, it will be converted into uppercase. Caps on, num of, so type num of and type high JCL. That is nothing but highlight JCL. So I'll type high JCL. All JCL keywords will be highlighted. If I say profile, you can see a caption and you see highlight JCL. So there is highlight JCL and nummap also will be there. Okay, so this is all about starting creating a member and all. Right? Whenever you're writing a JCL team, first we have to start with the identifier. I told you right yesterday. So we have to start the code with the identifier, then followed by name field and operation field. We have three values. One is job, the execute and DD, and we have something called parameters or operands, comments. So identifier field is a one. So first you need to write a JCL statement. We write always the JCL code should start with the job statement. When you say job statement or any JCL statement, you should recollect the JCL rules. Okay, you should recollect the JCL rules. So it should start with the identifier. So identifier should start from first column. So this is a one, and third column name field should start on job code, on job code, on job code. Name field should be your mainframe ID, your mainframe ID. So Venkat B. Don't give anything else apart from that. So Venkat B, you can suffix with 1 to make it 8 characters, or 2, you can give 2 or 3, A, B, like this. So the actual mainframe ID is the length is only 7, we have to suffix by 1. If you don't suffix, you will get the warning and it will ask for the other character. Okay, I'll go with these 7 characters only at this moment as it is. It is okay. Then give one space, job. Okay, before operation field, after operation field, at least one space should be there. Before, after. So before, after, okay, operation field, it should have the space. On this job statement, we have a parameter called accounting information. So accounting information we use for billing purpose. Okay, we use billing purpose. I will take you 1 2 examples here for you to understand. So in apartment, okay. So I know I guess you know, right? Apartment culture. So when in apartment more than one flat will be there. Okay, in apartment more than one flat will be there. So how the power consumption will be calculated. Our power consumption is calculated, right? Basically based on the flat. Okay, how power consumption is calculated per flat or how in apartment. So for each flat, okay, for each flat there is a meter, okay, correct, power electricity meter. So how much you utilize, according to that it will be calculated, right? So that is a one example. Same, so we have a server, okay. The server can be used by, that server can be used by multiple used by multiple people. Okay, it can be used by, server can be used by multiple people. So in that case, okay, so I have to trace, I have to give the billing. So first person, how much space utilized, how much time utilized. Second person, how much is utilized. So it is something like that. Okay, so we use the accounting information for billing purpose. So I request you to read. Okay, I request you to read. So what is maximum and maximum and valid characters of name field and accounting information. Accounting information. Yesterday I shared one PDF document. I don't know whether you noticed or not. So we have something called JCL refresher. If you refer that, that is enough, more enough for you to get everything. Okay. So accounting information 1 2 3. I will give the programmer name. Okay. So accounting information is for billing purpose, and who written the program or who is the responsible, which team is writing this program, you write it that. So I will write Venkat space since 2010. It's our YouTube channel name. So we can write within a single quotes or brackets. Okay, and notify is equal to, once we submit the JCL, to whom the notification is to be sent, right? Whether it is a successful or unsuccessful. I'll write Venkat B. Then, so I am creating a sequential file. It should not take more than 1 minute. So I am giving 1 comma 0. Okay, there are so many other parameters. We'll talk about them eventually later. So the after last parameter, how can you say the last parameter here? So after time, there is no statement, there is no comma, which means that after time parameter, there is no comma, which means that that is ended. So this is the JCL statement. Okay, so we have a operands, name field, operation field, and parameters. So how many parameters are there? Accounting information, author name, and notify, time. Total we have 4 parameters. Now what I do, team, I will write, okay, I will write Step one, okay, very good. I have written the job code. It is a mandatory for anyone to write the job code. I have written. But why you write in this code? Correct. So we need to mention. We should have a one purpose. Okay. So I want to execute a program. Okay. I want to execute a program. Right. So I want to execute a program. So why you are executing a program? So I want to create a sequential file. I want to create a sequential file. If I want to create a sequential file, then which program or utility you use? You use. That is a question mark. The answer is IEFBR 14 is the utility we use to create the sequential file. So IEFBR 14 is the utility. We can use this utility. We can use this utility to create PS or PDS or VSAM file. So we can create all of them. We can delete a file using this utility. We can delete a file, no problem. And this utility can be called as dummy utility. This can be called as a dummy utility. Dummy means I don't expect any output. Simply I'll write it. So it is going to allow. Okay, that we can call as a dummy utility. So this is all about IEF BR 14 utility. This is all about IEF BR 14 utility. Is it clear? Right. Okay. So next. So we write this is identifier field. Okay. Always the JCL statement should start with the identifier. Then S1. S1 is the one is a step name. You can write anything here. As I said, name field is 8 characters. Then okay. So on on which statement, on which statement you can specify, or we can specify the program or utility. So the program name or utility name we will mention on execute. So answer is on execute statement. On execute statement we specify, on execute we specify a program name or utility using or against PSM parameter. Okay, PSM parameter. So this is a one. So when you want to execute a program, at any cost you need to execute and the program name, program equal. So that is a rule. Execute program is equal to IEFBR 14. Okay, IEFBR 14. So we use execute statement to specify the program name. We have something called procedure. We will discuss later. Now let's try to understand as a this part alone. So any queries so far? How many people watched the video? I know that I am deviating from the content at this moment. How many people executed this one? How many people, guys? How many people watched the yesterday video? There is a hand raise symbol. You can raise it. Okay, you can raise a hand. There is a you can use the tools to respond for my questions. So 1, 2, 3. I can see 3 responses. Tarani watched, Sri Lakshmi watched, Shoaib watched, Niranjan, Akbar. What about others? You did not watch. You did not get the time to watch. So if you are not watching, there is no point of giving the videos, right? Because you have to watch before you come to the next session. So very bad, very good, very less number. Okay, nice, no problem. So yeah, you can raise down your hand. Okay, this is all about execute. So right after this piece, last PSM parameter, I have not given anything. Hence, I can say end of the statement. Then, very good. You specify the job, you specify the execute program. You specify the program called IEBR 14, but you want to create a file. You want to create a file. So to specify the file, we use DD name. Yeah, so we use DD name, okay, DD name to specify a file name and the status of the file, which means that are you creating or deleting, or you're specifying, are you indicating as existing. Okay, all of them you can specify. Basically, DD is for data set. Okay, we use DD, data set description. DD stands data set description. We use DD to specify the data set name. Okay, any queries?
Yeah, Venkat. Here you gave notify is equals to the programmer name. When will we use notify is equals to CQ ID?
I'll tell you that also. Okay, I'll tell you that also. So instead of our ID, guys, we can give someone's ID also. I told you now. So yesterday I told you this one. So let's go back here. Where this one? Yeah, I'll go here. So I can give this is the valid value. So I am using Venkat B, but I can give Venkat C because Venkat B, C are connected to the same server, right? Same server we are using. So I can give this one. If I give like this value, if I give this value, you know what happens? By default, it will take TSO user ID. Now, which user ID I use it to log in? Venkat B. So if I give this one, this is equal to, okay, notify Venkat B or TSO user ID, whichever the user ID you used. So what happens, team? Tomorrow, if I go with this code, let's take an example as it is. Tomorrow, I've given to you. Okay, or today I'm giving it to you in the chart window. I asked you to copy, paste, execute it. I asked you to execute, but you are using Venkat CD. Is it going to change this one by default? No, right? I'm repeating what I'm saying. This JCL, I've given it to you. Your ID is Venkat C. Mine is Venkat B. If you copy paste it, will you get the notification? No. Why? Because if you copy paste the code, notify is my data, my user ID, Venkat B. But you copy paste it, when you submit it, you don't get the notification. If you submit again, notification will not come because it is a my ID. Right? So it is a hard coded value, but if you use this particular JCL, it should take the notification should come to that user ID. If I give it to Venkat X mainframe ID, it should take the notification should go to that user. In that case, I can give notify is equal to ampersand sys user ID. Notify is equal to ampersand sys user ID. It will take TSO logged in ID. Okay. Yeah, any queries? Okay, very good. Now, let's come back to DD. So, okay, you specified this one for one purpose. This is a mandatory in a JCL. Then I need to create a file. file, whenever I say file or data set, automatically DD name should come into the picture. So I will write DD name is another statement, right? So this is one statement. This is one statement. Okay, execute is a one statement. Job is the another statement. Now DD1, this is the order. Job is a collection of steps. In a step, if the DD names are required, you will use it. Otherwise, it is optional. So for this program, if assume, okay, if for this program, if there is no data set is required, don't need to specify it. Simple. Now I will give like this. So slash slash DD1 DD. So DD1 is a user defined DD name. DD1 is the user defined DD name. DD dataset description, give space DSN is equal to, okay. So DSN is a parameter. I'll tell you, okay, I will tell you, I'll compare with you, here we specify the parameter, right? Correct. So this, okay, in 3.2 we give a and we specify the dataset name, correct? So similarly we are doing here. So I will write Venkat B dot B8 dot JCL dot PS1. Okay. So this is a way. PSN is equal dataset name. Now your intention is to create the file. Your intention is to create the file. So we should use a parameter called disposition. Okay, so disposition. So disposition is a parameter we use to specify the file is existing or not. If not, okay, or are you creating? So to specify that, we use disposition. So we give a disposition equal. So disposition equal. Next. So there are a few parameters. Okay, I'll talk about that eventually later. Let me give some time. New catalog delete. So let's ignore at this moment, just skip that part. I'll talk about this one later. Okay, later means today itself. Now, so this is the file. These values are to create the sequential file. When it not a sequential file, to create a file, whether it is sequential or PDS, that will later, that will be mentioned in the another parameter. So this is just to specify file creation. Then I have given a comma. Comma means there is a one more parameter you are going to write. So you cannot accommodate on the same line, correct? You cannot accommodate on the same line. Next you should write in the next line as a continuation. The continuation JCL parameter should be between 4 to 14. Okay, between 4 to 14 you can start. So which means that I will write DCB, the LRECL 30 or 40, block size is equivalent to 400, record format is fixed block, DSORG equal PS. Now the DCB is a parameter to specify the record length. I'll tell you F9. Okay, I will give something here be like this. Now we specified record format. Okay, record format. So that is equivalent to RECFM. RECFM stands record format, fixed block. Then we mentioned record length, correct? 80 here. So that is equivalent to LRECL. So LRECL stands logical record length. Then, so we specified F9. We specified the block size, multiple of record length, same thing, block size. So multiple of record length, multiple of record length. So we discuss LRECL, block size, and DSORG. If you scroll down, sorry, F9, scroll down, F8, you see that we give dataset name type, correct? So here we give DSORZ. DSORZ is a PS. If you don't give DSORZ, let's say, if you don't give this one, by default it will take a sequential file. By default it is a sequential file. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this parameter. And see, this continuation parameter, I am going to start from somewhere 16 or 17. Now it is invalid because the continuation parameter on any JCL statement should be between 4 to 14, cannot be after that. So you can start anywhere from 10th column, you can start, no problem. You can start it. Okay. Any question? Yeah, so this is all about DCB. Then, did you remember, sorry, I'm using Alt tab always, F7, we specified space units, primary quantity, secondary quantity while we are creating a file in 3.2. Same, we mention comma, same we specify in the space. I don't want to write on the same line, I'll write in the next line. It's up to you. You can write, continue that, or I'll write on the next. Space is equal to space parameter we use to specify tracks, and either you want to, whether you want to give a tracks or cylinders, blocks, the space units. So that you specify as a first parameter. I will give tracks. ERKS is the valid value. Very good. So what is the primary quantity? So I want to give primary quantity two tracks. So two tracks. If I give here bytes, let's say here if I give a bytes, then 2 bytes. That is the meaning of it. Tracks, 2 tracks, comma. So 3. What is the 3? Second parameter indicates what you call secondary quantity. This is the primary quantity. This is the secondary quantity. Give a close bracket that indicates that we are done with these parameters. This is a done. This is a done, and directory block is done. So we need to give directory block only you are creating a PDS file, but our intention is a PS. No need to give directory block. We have given the record format, we have given the record length, we have given the block size. Almost all the parameters are specified in the JCL. Is it clear? Any queries so far? Okay, now.
Yeah, Venkat.
So yeah.
By using ISPF menu, we create the data set, right? But we cannot edit the data set. I mean, we cannot change the memory
Record length.
Yeah. In this JCL, can we change that?
No, once the file is created from any approach, you cannot able to change it. Okay, it's all together is a mainframe. In the mainframe, with any approach, you cannot change it straight away. So you might do multiple steps, that is a different story, but straight away you cannot do it.
Okay.
Okay, next. So we have a unit parameter. Unit is equal to volume. And which volume you want to write? So we'll write unit volume. I know it is a wrong, I guess. We give USR 001. It is wrong team, I know. Okay, I want to show you the errors also. Now save it. So now the purpose is achieved. Did you notice? So I want to create a sequential file. That is the reason I mentioned the program name. And so the DD name is coming under execute. It is not a separate. Usually the DD names will be there under execute, under program. Okay, so without execute you may not able to write, you cannot write the DD. So DDs are reporting to execute statement, as simple as. Okay, now, okay, so we have done that. Okay, now once the code is ready, okay, or if you want to execute the code, so I'll submit. So if you submit, as I said, why we are getting this line team, can you tell me why we are getting this one?
Job name.
Venkat B, it is having 7
Job
characters.
name.
The name field on job statement, name field job statement should have 8, but how many are there? 7. So it is expecting one more character so that it will become 8. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, okay.
Yes.
Oh, what I do, I will use something called J. So now you see when I give J, Venkat BJ got generated. Venkat BJ got generated. So if you notice, job 00 222 triple two. Now what happens here, team? Okay, what happens here? As I said, when we are submitting, right? So you and I, everyone is submitting. So among all of them, to track your job, to identify job, okay, system will generate a one ID called job ID, okay, which is unique. So this is the one, okay. Or you submitted 2 times. Let's say you submitted once. Now I'm submitting one more time. I will give again J only. Now 223. So you submitted 100 jobs yourself, but you want to pick the latest one, okay, or you want to go to something else. So for that we go with this one. So let me explain submit again. I will give a J. Now you saw this one, you can ignore this one, and the job is Venkat BJ. Venkat B is coming from here, J is coming from here. Then job ID is generated by the system. We submit it. Then job ID is the time of submission. This is the job ID, and this is something else which even I'm not sure. Venkat BJ is a main job name. We call as the job name. Ended at N1 JCL error. So when there is a like this, we have a syntax error. So we did not follow the JCL syntax rules. That is the reason we got the JCL error. JCL error internal means it's a syntax issue. It is a syntax issue. I'll hit the enter. Now how I can go, where I can see the spool on this server, type start. Okay, that is when you type start command, it will go to the ISPF panel, correct? ISPF primary screen. So there you need to type m more. M means more, and hit the enter. So type 5. 5 is the spool. Spool is the one. Spool is the area where it contains your jobs. Type 5, hit the enter. Now on this option, you need to type ST, status of jobs. So you can see the jobs which are submitted by you. 224, 223. See, these job names are same. Last three are same. This is are also same. These are also same. These are all same, right? Except their positions, and job IDs, everything is same. Correct? Now, how do you know which is the latest one? So this is this job ID is going to help you. not only about comparing or identifying with other jobs. You can find yourself which is the latest one by remembering the job ID. Okay, so right. So if you come to here, you need to type question mark. This is called line command, correct? So give a question mark. You will get three statements. I'll talk about this pool again after some time today. Give a question mark. Type S. So type S against the job entry system message. What is this one thing? Job entry subsystem, that is meaning of JES, and MSG stands message. MSG stands. Wait, I hope you got it now. JES stands job entry subsystem message. So in this JES MSG will contain error description. What it contains? Error description. Let's open. How we can open this data set? DD name. Type yes. Yeah, there you given a question mark. Here you have to type yes. Hit the enter. You see that there is a statement number 3. Okay, undefined keyword volume. So there is a syntax issue. What is that? There is a syntax issue, as I told you. But there are 100 lines are there. On which line, on which statement? 3. Right? So now you saw what is JES MSG. I go press F3. Okay, press F3. So team, I know it's difficult for you to understand if you're listening first time. That is the reason I will share this video. You can go through it once and twice and do watch the video. Along with watching, do the practice, then you will get a clarity. So give S JES JCL. Okay. Job entry subsystem job control language. Job entry subsystem job control language, that is the meaning. Here your JCL code is present, the code which is submitted by you, the JCL which is submitted by you, that will be present under JES JCL. Okay, let's go here and see. Now this is called statement number. So it was showing 3 start statement, no problem in 1. Second, at this moment, no. 3 means, so these 3 lines, because these are all lines only, but these are all parameters belongs to DD only. So now you can see where exactly the error. Now what happens, team? Somewhere in this third line, it can be error here or it can be error here. Okay, so here is, you need to see the error like this. First, go to the spool and give a question mark against the job. Already you would have remembered the job ID. Give a question mark and come to here. See the message of the error. You will get statement number and the corresponding error message. Very good, nice. And go back to the job entry system JCL. Type yes and see what is the third line, what it contains. Then once you see the code which is submitted by you here, and you have to observe what went wrong, then I'm pressing F9 so that I can go to JCL swap list. So I guess I have to give VL only, even I am not sure. I'll submit. Okay, still there is an error. Okay, but it can be different error also. Why we have to see this only? Now again, so how to go to the spool, team? Already I opened the spool. Let's say I did not open the spool. Then how to interact with this? How to go to the spool? I can type start m dot 5. Start m means more, 5 means spool, right? So on the server, on different, on if you're working on project, the option might vary. Okay, option might vary. So it can be different option. Instead of 5, it can be a 6, or directly spool will be there on the ISPF panel. Okay, it will vary these options and enter. So once you get SDSF primary option menu, there is a one option for us ST to see all the jobs. Okay, the jobs which are in executing, the jobs which are got executed, the jobs which are about to execute. Okay, so I'll talk about that tomorrow. Type ST. Give question mark. Give question mark against the job. That as I said. Okay, give question mark against the job. And type yes, undefined keyword volume. So even this is also wrong. This is the error message. Then what you need to do, press F3. Okay, we saw the error message. Go here and enter. So even this is also not working, right? So there is a third line statement issue is there. Now let me search in Google volume parameter in JCL. So you see that syntax, we have any syntax? Okay, unit volume serial. Okay, this is the syntax. You see that? I'll show you anyhow here. So F9, so that volume serial equal user. You have to give this only. You cannot give something else and save it. So now I found what is the mistake. I googled it. Now I'll submit it. So it is asking it character. So job 00227. And still there is a JCL error. Enter. What can be the issue? Now again go to the spool. Already I opened F3, F3. Give a question mark. Yes. Invalid numeric. See now something is coming. Invalid numeric in the space field. That is line number 3. F3. Here you give. So what is there? Invalid numeric in the space. This is perfectly fine. Space is correct. Track TRK. So let me try TRK yes or TRK. The syntax is TRK, not yes. Now save, submit. Okay, this time I'll give the. Now job ID is 228. Enter. You see this time we got max is 0. So means syntactically is correct. Max is 0 doesn't mean that you got the desired output. What max is 0 indicates that? It indicates that the file, sorry, the JCL is no error free. Okay, the code is written is error free. Syntactically it is correct. Syntactically no problem. Hit the enter. Now I don't say that the file is created. Is that this JCL will not tell, the maxis will not tell you as file is created. It is telling you by maxis 0, boss, syntactically no problem. Now what is your program? What you are expecting from the JCL? You go through it and check it accordingly. That is the meaning of that. Now what is the output? What is the output you are expecting? This file needs to be created. Very good. So where we can see the file is created or not? Where we can see the file is created or not?
3.4.
3.4.
Sorry. See 3.4 exactly. Now, so I'll type start so that I'm opening the. So now four screens are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll write start 3.4, and you see that we created. You can see yes, yes or I. You can see the created date. It is a server date. Primary quantity 2, secondary tracks 2, length is. These are all tells you that. Organization we did not give PS. That is the reason it took none. But it is a PS file. Nothing to worry about it. Okay. Okay. I'll press F3. Okay. I'll refresh. I'll refresh it. So this is the way of checking. The other way, we can go to the spool. Already I opened the spool, right? ST, type ST so that you can go to the jobs. And you can see this time we got 0. Earlier we got all times errors. Now we got 0. So CC condition code is 0. Open the job. This is called job. What we call, this is called job. This is another job. JOB job. So give a question mark, type yes here. Okay, type yes here. How your ACL got executed? What is the process? You see that? So you can see your, okay, when you submitted the JCL, and there is a step 1. Okay, allocate for Venkati. There is a space is allocated, and this is the DD name which we have given. Instead of DD name, you can give something else. Venkat BJ is the job name. S1 is the step. In this job, there is a step called S1. It was executed with 00. Okay. And you see that cataloged. Cataloged means, what is the meaning of cataloged? The file is created and the relevant file is stored somewhere with the volume. So hence, while you are retrieving the file, you don't need to give the volume, just to give the file name alone. Automatically, you will be able to retrieve that particular file. So otherwise, if it is not cataloged, if you want to see the content of the file, you should give the file name and where that file stored and which volume it's stored. So you have to give that also. Okay. So which file is cataloged? This is the one. Means it is created, stored properly. That is the meaning of it. Okay, so I'll press 1 F9. This is how you can check it. Go 3.4, first validate it and observe what is there in the spool. Now, okay, any queries? So team, from tomorrow you should join. Okay, tomorrow there is a session. Sunday we don't have any session, and don't miss the sessions. Try to attend all the sessions.
Venkat.
Yeah.
Yeah, in job card you have mentioned time equals to 1 minute 0 second. Can you show
Correct.
me? Can you show us how much time this job took to execute this
Yeah.
this
So I'll
job?
go to, yeah, sure. I'll go to the spool. I'll go to the spool. Can you see? I guess. Okay, you see this 0.02 seconds, 0.02 seconds. So 0 minutes,
Okay.
0.02 seconds took to execute. See
Okay.
what
Thank
time
you.
what time it got started, what time it is ended. You see the start. Okay, it is a stop. Good, that very
Okay.
good,
Thank you.
very good question. Yeah. Okay, team. So I'll copy this JCL. Okay, I'll paste here
Hello,
and I'll
Venkat.
copy with the calls. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. I can hear you.
We have to specify unit parameter.
Unit is not required, it will take default value.
Okay.
Okay, right. So I'll submit one more time. Will it be enter? Sorry, team. Every time I'm getting this J. I got a JSLR. What I do out to skip that error, you give J here itself. If you give 8 characters, you don't get enter job name characters. Save, submit. Now it is not asking me enter job name characters. Otherwise, it keep on irritating me that first time, 2 times are okay. So that is known mistake, right? When the known mistake is there, let's fix it. Now enter. We got a JCL error and note the job ID called 230 and go to the spool F9. I'm pressing F9 by the way. F3, F3. Go to the latest job. This is the one which I know 230. Give question mark. Type yes. You see that? So now this is the one. You have to read each line, okay? Because I told you, no, the error description will be present here. Okay, this is the crucial for you. Enter. So this first line is not telling you any error. It is telling you what time it got executed. Then second line, it is giving some information. In this job, there is a S1, and that S1, there is a DD name called DD1, is duplicate name on direct. So on a volume, we can have only one DD name, one file. But can we have what I did already file created without changing the file name? Without the changing the file name, I submitted. So the answer is duplicate dataset name on this volume. So on any particular volume, only one unique dataset name should be there. So because of that, we got JCL error. Then how do you fix it? Change the file name. Just change the file name. Automatically the problem will be resolved. Okay. Yeah. Any queries? I'll stop for today. I'll take questions if any are there. Otherwise, I'll stop and watch the video. Come with more questions, more clarity tomorrow. We will discuss little more about disposition, other parameters in JCL. Let me stop the recording for today.